Testing the audio, 1, 2, 3. Testing the audio, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sounds good. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are playing some NCAA 14. However, we like to kind of coin this NCAA 20 or 21, I guess they would have called it this year. But nonetheless, it's a replay of the 2020 season. I guess what could have been had we not been in a world of COVID, and what could have been had we actually had an NCAA 21, which would of course been the 2020 season. Welcome everyone, I'm Mike Lowe, and I'm on Twitter at MikeLowe47, and this whole streaming series is focused on just enjoying a classic, one of, if not the best, certainly college football sports games of all time, but really one of the best sport games and most cherished sport games by the community here, and a game that, boy, you know, it's been a long time since we've had this game, but that we have some people over at the College Football Revamped group, which you can see there in the bottom left corner, are doing just they're doing God's work as far as college football gaming is concerned, and have just done a marvelous job. I've talked about them on some other videos, but definitely check them out. I'm a little bit whitewashed on the camera. I have some really bad backlighting with the sun behind me, so I kind of had to like really expose the camera here. So that is, yeah, it is not a search party behind me searching for me or anything like that. But anyway, check out College Football Revamped if you want to see a lot of the details here. They just recently posted a screenshot of the Michigan uniforms that are going to be ready any day, really. They said late January, early February. I kind of get the hint that we might be seeing those sooner. You're already seeing a lot of updated visuals on the screen here, which I've talked about already, logos. The ACC is already done, the SEC is already done. There's other various teams like I think UCLA, Notre Dame. Even some stadiums have been updated, and of course I've been able to go in, and anybody can do this, but you can actually download your save file to a USB, your Dynasty file, load it into one of the actual databases that are available. You can either find those on College Football Revamped, or you can find them on Operation Sports, and you can go in and edit a whole bunch of stuff. So again, for instance, I have, of course, the 2020 season. You all know by now probably how to get updated rosters, which of course we have. But what's awesome is, so not only are the rosters and the years matching, but even the player cards, right? So as we look here, it says 2020 right here on the player card. Even as you go in and start looking around at some just other random stuff. I mean, you're going to see that, you know, things are being populated, right? We have, you know, leaders being populated. You know, so all this stuff's working. Like sometimes you might go into the editor and you might just change the date that's right here on this screen. But then if you didn't do it right, you wouldn't see stats being accumulated because the game internally is still thinking it's 2013. It doesn't know how to show you 2020 stats, right? So, so anyway, I'm not going to get into detail on how to do that, but I mean, there's plenty of guides out there that make it rather easy. I am not a database expert by any means. It was not terribly difficult. What I recommend is like during playoff football or something, I just kind of I'll bring like my tablet or laptop out there and just kind of poke around with it and a game on in the background or something. It's kind of a way to multitask. And again, none of it's terribly difficult. It takes a little time, especially the first time, just to get used to it, but super cool. So what have we missed since the last episode? Well, Michigan won a game. And I am using the honor system. I'm not going to be, I'll probably stream a lot of the games, but until we get the new uniforms, occasionally I'm playing some games offline. But I went through and played one game, and honestly, I was a little bit worried, because if you saw the first episode, we lost a really just kind of a bad luck game against Stanford, where, you know, you think about, we scored a touchdown really late in this Stanford game, and it really just kind of bothered me how this game went. But, you know, if we go down to the fourth quarter, I don't really know what the score was at this point, but they kicked a field goal. We scored a 1-yard touchdown with just a minute left. And that, of course, gave us the lead. And that was a first down play. And it was one of those things, like a field goal would have tied it. I didn't want a field goal. I wanted the score. We were on the 1-yard line. But damn, had we just got stuffed or even just taken a knee, we would have run the clock out, scored with, you know, less than 30 seconds. This TD would have never happened, right? So, but Stanford was able to come down. Their tight end just had a crazy game. And they stole this game. They stole it. The good news is they just blew out Syracuse too. So I mean, Stanford looks like they could be a decent team. But after that loss, we went from 16th to unranked, and we're still unranked heading into week 3 here. So if we talk about kind of the hot seat on this inexperienced coach who has never coached a college football program in his life stepping into the into the Michigan spotlight here because of Jim Harbaugh's promotion. We said, yeah, there's quite the hot seat to be had at this point that I'm definitely sitting in, and so that was a tough loss because I feel, again, a little bit of maybe mismanagement on my behalf, but really it was just, what are you going to do? You can't really take a knee, right? I mean, you got to try to score, but it was just kind of dumb luck that we were able to score, and this is why you see teams in the NFL and stuff like kind of letting teams score right around the goal line so they have a little bit more time. So, but it was a game too that was, my fault as well. We saw some issues with my quarterback play, right? I mean, if we go to the Michigan stats here, I mean, through 2 second-half interceptions, they might have both been fourth quarter, and otherwise McNamara did okay, and he's not a world beater by any means. He's an 80-something, maybe an 80 or 81 overall, but those interceptions were just killers, real killers there as my dog starts walking around. So this game kind of went as expected, but even this one was interesting. This is a game I played offline. Again, using the honor system. Look at the halftime score. It was 10-7, and Miami was like driving there at the end. I think they missed a field goal before halftime. But I mean, technically, they almost went into the first half with the lead. Things got out of control for them, though, as they started turning the ball over. Our defense scored twice. We had a kick return touchdown by Roman, the freshman, who just looked incredible on kick returns so far and punt returns. And this game just got really out of hand. Our offense, though, still a little bit underwhelming. And again, that's kind of the story of Michigan here. We did get Joe Milton in a little garbage time there. He only threw one pass. But McNamara did certainly play better, certainly more efficient. 12 of 18, 2 touchdowns that both went to Ronnie Bell. So again, you can just kind of see the stats there. Rushing the ball, Haskins, again, solid. McNamara, we got sacked a lot this game. Got Charbonnet some action, again, sort of some garbage time going on there. Not really seeing a ton of running back splits, and I think maybe just my running backs have really high endurance, could be part of the issue. But Ronnie Bell had 2 catches, both were touchdowns. One was 46, and just had some nice deep balls that he was able to go up and get. Even kind of a really nice one-on-one play, kind of like a 50-50 ball, which you don't see a whole lot in this game. It was one of those throws I threw it, and I'm like, oh, that was a good Madden throw, because I'm used to having like Kenny Galladay. But Ronnie Bell went up and got it, caught it around the 4-yard line, and kind of just fell into the end zone. It was a really cool play. But yeah, I mean, again, spread the ball around. You can see here. I think he's our slot receiver. So yeah, we're able to move the ball around fairly well there. What else? On defense, I am starting to play a little bit better safety. I think I played much better overall. And I've been just using that really fast safety that Michigan has, who's maybe not the most heady player. Like, he has pretty low awareness. He's not even that good in coverage, but he's just super athletic and young. So just kind of growing into his own still. But again, we had 2, 4, 5, 6 sacks ourselves. So, I mean, as expected, we dominated Miami University there, Miami of Ohio, as you might expect. And again, should be seeing a little bit more of the same, hopefully, in this regionally broadcasted game against Western Michigan. You can see here Lee Corso, one of the little updates that College Revamped's given us there instead of Kirk Herbstreit. Lee Corso has picked Michigan, no surprise there. But you can kind of see where we're sitting so far. I mean, points per game, a lot of that's from defense, special teams in that last week, where we're top 24, or 24th, I should say, in the top 25 for points per game. But look at our total offense, 100, and those are per game. Those are averages, so that's over 2 games. I mean, that's low. We're below 300. Rushing hasn't been bad. Our passing is actually higher than our rushing, which is weird because I need to kind of get out of this mindset of like, I like to pass. We all like to pass. But Michigan's built to run. I mean, their running backs are some of their best players. Their offensive line is just meaty, beefy dudes who can just run block the hell out of guys. So we need to stick with that and not try to get too impatient with it. Our total defense, again, not bad, 36th. Rush defense, 27th. It's so nice to see a slider set, right? Heisman here, that you're not number 1 in rush defense every year. So that's been nice. Our pass defense, again, a little bit of garbage time impacting that with teams throwing a lot more. And our turnover difference, 13th in the nation right now. So yeah, it's early. We've only had really one solid game and we lost it. So, I mean, this should be another game that we dominate. We need to be dominating without getting carried away. And then things will really start to get interesting here as we head on the road to face number 16 Minnesota. So that's kind of what's going on. But what's up, everybody? I'm just checking with the chat. Yeah, Michael's asking about week 2, so we just went over that. So yeah, if you're looking and this is episode 2 and you're like, wait a second, I missed the second game. I didn't stream that game. I played it offline. I played it last night. And so yeah, just jumping back in. But I mean, it's really early. There's not really a whole ton to look at. I mean, the top 25, I actually saw one of the craziest upsets so far. And I mentioned this on the SSG Discord yesterday when I saw it. But number 1, Clemson lost to Ball State. Ball State, the MAC. I mean, I'm an undergraduate of the MAC, so I mean, this is pretty cool. You know, if we look here, the story really was this. It's the running back. Oops, how can I not see this? Oh, because that's showing. How do I see? Oh, I'd have to go to the schedule. But anyway, Ball State's running back. He was like a player of the week. So let's just go look at that. But the dude went off. I mean, what the hell? Clemson really underestimated this guy. So if we just go up to the MAC here, you can see he had 31 carries. This is Caleb Huntley. 31 carries, 175 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Knocked off number 1 Clemson. I mean, that is one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen here in my own personal dynasty. So we look at Heisman Watch really quick. And again, one of the beauties of just updating this game to 2020, if you take the time to do it. I mean, look, this is like having a new game, right? Look at these names here. Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, who's shaved his head, apparently. Mac Jones, who kind of looks like Trevor. I mean, that's one of the, it'd be cool. I think they may have updated, not a lot of these. I don't know if College Revamped has updated any of these images, but that might be a cool thing to do, is maybe get a graphic designer in here or something who could add a little bit of variety. I don't know if you could actually add more, like let's just say there's like 20 different faces or something like that. But could they update those 20 faces to, you know, kind of just give a little bit more life to it. But nonetheless, you're seeing a lot of familiar names here. A lot of guys that we're going to see in the draft here in April in real life. And yeah, U of M still, we're actually the second hardest place to play. Toughest place to play according to this, with Ohio State being number 1, but a 15-game win streak. Again, guys, this has all been updated, right? So like these are actual records through the 2019 season with this updated revamped thing. And so I know some people are using it on PC, which is available with like emulators. I won't get into that, how to do that, but you know, I have the disc. This is on PS3, right? We're just streaming with the Elgato system here. And let's see, what was I? Oh, I was just going to show you like team records. So, I mean, this is all updated. So if I go to like school records, and we'll just look at Michigan, we'll look around at some other teams if you want to see them. But you know, it's got Chad Henne would have been there, but Jake Rudock, right? That's obviously beyond when this game first came out. You're seeing, well, Gardner would have been there. So let's go to some other schools like Ohio State we were just talking about. You got JT Barrett, you got Dwayne Haskins. I mean, you're seeing these names here appear, and these are, you know, these are real things here. All the way through the 2019 season. Of course, the 2020 season is not there because that's what we're playing now. But even if you looked at LSU, you got Joe Burrow showing up here. Dude threw 60 touchdown passes in college football last year. Like 60 touchdown passes. Like that's a shit ton in the NFL. To do that in college where you're playing, you know, probably 3 or 4 less games or so, maybe for him probably just 3 with the playoffs and everything. But like what the hell, 60 touchdowns? That is just crazy. So yeah, obviously had a hell of a career, especially after throwing just looks like 16 the year prior. Yeah, he really just an impressive guy. He just seems like a good kid. I mean, all the interviews and stuff we've seen, he just seems to really have his really good level-headed kid there. So excited to see him. But yeah, what else, guys? Just checking in here. Yeah, right, Ball State. People are laughing at the Ball State thing. It's seriously crazy. Yeah, so the Michigan update. So I would I probably could even pull it up on this, but I don't want to like mess up the stream. Oh, and I don't have the PC link to it just yet. But anyway, if you go to College Revamped in their Discord, they posted a picture this morning or yesterday of like the all yellow Michigan uniforms, which I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of. I don't like the color. I'm old, guys. I'm like 40, so like the, you know, the insert I'm a man, I'm 40 joke there, but I'm not a big fan of like the color rush uniforms. Like every once in a while I'll see one that's cool. But I like traditional uniforms. That's one of the reasons why I went with Michigan. But anyway, they posted an Illini jersey, like kind of the, I don't know what you'd call it, the popsicle looking, like all orange Illini uniforms, and then the all yellow Michigan ones, as my dog continues to crawl around my back here. But look awesome. I can't wait. They have the Jordan logo on the pants and on the jersey. They look incredible. So you're not going to see that in this stream, unfortunately, because they're not ready yet. But trust me, as soon as that next version comes out, it'll be installed. We'll be streaming, and it's going to be awesome. And again, you can see it. You know, if we went with like an ACC team or an SEC team or a team like Notre Dame, which Ryan, I mean, Notre Dame fan, get into this game, man. Notre Dame looks incredible. They've done some stadium updates to various stadiums and so on. It's just, I mean, really, really remarkable stuff. So we'll just take a look at recruiting. Michael's talking about his biggest gripe with the game. The insane amount of upsets. Yeah, it'd almost be cool if like you could have like an undo button or something like that to be like, yeah, like upsets are cool, but like, damn, every week. But I go with it. I mean, it's just how it is. Who knows what the college landscape's going to look like? And that's kind of the beauty for me moving forward, doing my own series here and kind of controlling my own dynasties. Maybe Ball State ends up moving into the Big Ten one day or something like that. I mean, you know, it's a little far-fetched, but again, with the editor, maybe not visually, because the editor is a little bit different than like the graphical updates, but you could go in and give Ball State a stadium that holds 70,000 people if you wanted. And again, it won't look different in game, but I mean, if you really wanted to kind of like build them a new stadium or something, you could do that. So let's see. Yeah, Michael's talking about using the editor to set up the playoffs, right? Yeah, so same thing. You could do a 16-team playoff if you really wanted to, but I just do kind of the traditional 4-team. I'll talk more about that as we get into it, but rest assured, we will have a playoff in this game this season. I've done this before. It's not terribly difficult. Again, you need a flash drive, you need a little bit of time, kind of a basic understanding of how the database works, which you can easily get familiarized with just by jumping on YouTube and checking out some of those videos. It's not hard once you do it. It's like most things, right? Do it a couple times, it gets pretty easy. So let's see, I'm just checking chat, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get to questions and whatnot. But it's so good to see everybody. Happy Saturday. Let's see. Yeah, lots of upsets. Oh, that's a good idea, Michael. Michael's saying he keeps 2 saves. So the weird thing is, though, like that only works if you haven't played your game yet, because like those games technically will get simulated in the background before you actually see the results, right? It's kind of like how MLB The Show does their games. So yeah, you're right. You need to kind of keep a backup like right in the beginning. Like don't play your game and then be like, oh, I can't get this to stop. It's going to be the same. They're just, at that point, they're just revealing the output of the predetermined games, right? Yeah, Ryan took the words, right? I'm a man, I'm 40, yeah. I say that to my wife as soon as I turned 40 last year. I mean, I said it to my wife all the time now. I'm like, I'm a man, I'm just like little things like, can you put the toothpaste away? Like, I'm a man, I'm 40. So yeah, that's my insert little Mike Gundy joke there. But yeah, let's see. So we're nerding out today, playing a little college football. Let's take a look at the recruiting board, because again, part of this, not just Heisman sliders, but guys, if you really want to make this a challenge, like you got to put in some house rules. And I have an entire article. If you search house rules for NCAA 14, the article I wrote actually populates as like the Google recommended write-up. And so you can go in there and see, I'm using, I think, just about all of those, and then plus a few more that I probably need to update. But you know, I think one of the biggest ones, and I won't get into all of them because you could read them yourself, but I think one of the biggest ones is just not scouting. I won't scout until a player commits. So it's a little spooky, right? Like we have Kevin Bobo here, who we are in, what a ridiculous name. Kevin Bobo is going to be clowning people at University of Michigan, hopefully, but he's narrowed it down to either LSU or Michigan. We are definitely behind a little bit, kind of losing ground, but we'll see. That can certainly change here as we go, and certainly with visits coming up. He's not quite ready for a visit, but he's getting there. But you know, we haven't scouted this guy, but if we look, he's a 5-star, so we assume he's pretty good. But I just don't know. You know, some of these Bs could pop to As, they might drop to Cs. We won't know until later. He's a guy that I actually think I'll be using at receiver. He's like 6'3", almost 240, so I've kind of called him like a poor man Calvin Johnson. He's certainly smaller than Calvin. They're almost the same weight, but a little smaller. And if we look at his jumping, where is his jumping score? He's got a C for jumping. So again, poor man at best, Calvin Johnson potentially. But kind of nice to maybe put this guy in. He's a little too small for me to be a tight end. He'd be kind of a large receiver, or possibly he could even be like a defensive end potentially. So we'll just have to see what he really looks like. But when he commits, if he commits, then we'll scout him, and we'll kind of see the how those surprises look here. So that's one of the things. No scouting at all. Even still, like even if you're in week 1 or like the preseason when you start a dynasty, I load up my recruiting board with like 1-star punters because it will automatically, the game will just auto scout for you that week if you don't pick anybody. And so even if I had these guys here, I'd be getting kind of an unfair advantage that I don't want. You know, the flip side, I was thinking about this because I'm like, well, how realistic? I love the no scouting. I think it's very realistic, and I love the challenge. I wouldn't say it's even super realistic, but I love the challenge. The one thing I worry about, though, is that you kind of create extra points for yourself that the AI teams aren't using. So again, I would have to scout this guy. So like technically, like I might only go 450, but I'm actually getting this extra 50 points because I'm not scouting. So you know, take it or leave it. It's probably not something to lose sleep over. You know, one of the things I've kind of started doing is because I'm not scouting these guys, is I'll look and see, like, okay, especially with like a 4-star guy who maybe could be a bust that I won't know about. I'll try and look and say, okay, just make sure another big program, especially because I'm Michigan, make sure at least another big program has offered this guy a scholarship. And that's another one of my house rules, is I will not offer a scholarship until an AI team does. And guys, sometimes there's 4-star players who go all year, they don't get an offer, and they're gone. So I just pretend those are the academically ineligible players. You can build a dynasty pretty quickly by recruiting all of the unrecruited 4-stars. And I just don't find that you know, really a fair way of doing it. It's probably one of the game's biggest critiques for me, if this were to ever get updated, would be just to kind of shore up that a little bit. Now, you know, if those guys are 3 stars, 2 stars, sure, but it's very weird to have 4-star guys never getting offers from schools. So, but yeah, again, we're not going to go through all these guys, but basically, I just kind of have my 5-star guys at the top. So another receiver here. We got him pretty high up here. It looks like he's going to be a lock to go to Michigan. Tight end looks to be a lock, 5-star Jay Anderson. And again, we're seeing some big programs. Georgia, Florida are offering on John Oliver. You got Ohio State, so okay, that works for me. Chris Scott's a 5-star running back. So again, you got Texas, you got Alabama in the mix there. I don't even know who's UU? Is that Utah? I've never seen that logo. Some of the logos have been updated. All the logos have been updated. So again, Greer, just kind of another receiver we like, but we aren't going to need 3 guys, so he's kind of a backup at this point. But I think he is a 5-star, which is why I've kept him up this high. Yeah, and you know, if I get some extra points, I'll still recruit him, because hey, I'm not going to turn away 5-star guys. It's from Modesto there. Let's see, Michael Benson. So our quarterback's now jumped up to Michigan being his top school. And this is the quarterback I'm looking at here. So Notre Dame, Ryan has offered him a scholarship. They used to be his number 1. So they've actually fallen, and Kansas, for some reason, has jumped up. Where is he from? He's from Paris, Texas. I'm not sure. He loves Kansas. I guess Big 12 or something. But again, he looks to be in pretty good shape for us. But you know, not a lot of interest in this guy. So we'll see. He looks to have a pretty decent arm. So we'll have to see if Michael Benson comes through there. So you know, then the rest of the guys are all 4-stars. But we're in pretty good shape with most of our recruits here. There's really nobody I'm worried about or anything like that. So yeah, I think that about covers the recruiting stuff. Let's see. Michael's asking, do you know if the Revamped mod is what updates all the school records? Yes, it is. I have a Dynasty that's in like 2016, but if I get the mod, I don't know if it would. That's a really good question. I don't know what would happen there. I don't know. I'm trying to think just like from a database standpoint how that would work, because you already have stats populated for certain years. I don't know. I would definitely just save a backup and try it and see. Yeah, that's a really good question. But yeah, certainly keep a backup. Keep a backup anyway, because guys, there's been times where like I've done something like 20 times. I know exactly how to do it, and I go to load up my file and it's like corrupt. It's like, ooh, what'd I do? And it's always something I did. Like if you encrypt it wrong when you kind of recrypt the file or re-encrypt it, if you have to change the extension of the file to like a .mc02 file. And if you do that like in the wrong order, that's usually the error I make the most. Is I'll change the file name before re-encrypting everything. It'll corrupt your file. So when you get it on your flash drive, I always copy it somewhere and just like throw it in a folder, right? Like your good version, and then kind of work off of a backup of that and mess around. And then if you get errors, you still have that original. And same thing, if you have to go back to the original, copy that over again. Don't ever work off the original, because like it gets really hairy if you have to try and figure out how you corrupted your file. Good luck. Like, that database is massive if you've ever been in there. The stuff you can, just changing one little number can completely invalidate your file. So just, again, keep backups, guys. I keep a series of backups usually with these, especially as you're going through and like updating teams for the playoffs and things like that, which again, we'll talk about as we get closer to that. So let's see, what's Ryan talking about? Copy and paste, don't click on it, we'll leave the stream. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about there, Ryan. Yeah, Les Miles is at Kansas here, yep. All right, so what do you guys want to see? Do you want me to go through the recruiting board more? Jump into gameplay? Another piece of good news, if you remember at the end of the last episode, I was on the hot seat after one loss. I was at like a 33, what do you want to call it? You know, job security rating or whatever they call it here. That's now changed. We are now back to safe. If I go up to coach contracts, you'll see it. So Jim Harbaugh really likes a winner, apparently. Again, our fictitious school president or football athletic director, whatever you want to call him. But I'm now back to 100 job security after beating Miami of Ohio. That must have just been a really, really big game to the boosters here at Michigan. Maybe they just want to keep that home winning streak alive. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else to tell you. Just kind of click through like the top stories. Hey, Notre Dame beat LSU, Ryan. Or is that who they play this week? Yeah, they beat. This was kind of like one of the games of the week. So Notre Dame beat LSU. They're now ranked number 3. Look at those beautiful logos. So that was a big game for them. Trying to think what else has happened around here. Alabama number 2, Florida 4. They're playing each other this week. I think that's just the North, like the Division 2 Northwest. Yeah, FCS Northwest. They updated those logos. So Ohio State gets the win there. No big surprise. Again, I mentioned Stanford. I mean, they blew out Syracuse, and Syracuse isn't a great team or anything like that, but it makes me feel a little bit better about our loss. And that's what makes this series fun, right? I mean, we started off with a loss. I was on the hot seat after 1 week. Pretty fun. Again, Coastal Carolina, you saw, right? So they're in the game. Yeah, stuff's looking good. All right, so people want to see gameplay. Oh, you linked the video. Okay, I didn't even, you know, it must have hit it from my phone because I didn't see a link show up. It might have just like blocked it out or something. Brian, it might have blocked it for others too. But yeah, if people just search it, I mean, it's on YouTube. You'll find some videos. And there's some that are more specific for like, because the PlayStation 3 database is slightly different than like the Xbox 360 database, or at least the utility. I don't know if the database is different, truthfully, but the utility that they recommend using is just slightly different. All right, so people are looking at gameplay. Yeah, let's jump in. Real quick look here. What's going on? There we go. Real quick look. Let's just see if Western Michigan's got like any players to watch here. Western Michigan reminds me of my Michigan days. I went to Eastern Michigan for my undergraduate degree. And I used to work radio for Eastern Michigan football and basketball. Where am I going? Used to work with Matt Shepard, actually, the Tigers, who I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of, but he's always a very, very nice dude. But yeah, I used to work with Matt Shepard when he did Eastern Michigan football. Him and Rob Rubick. Good dudes. Good dudes. All right, so let's see here. They have an 81 quarterback who's only a sophomore. He'll be a good player. Not a ton of speed or anything. Ladarius Jefferson at running back. So they're not, so far they're not as bad as I thought. Got some good receivers too. This guy's pretty quick. Shoot, they're pretty good. Okay, their defense I got a few holes. It depends what kind of defense they run. They're going to have a hole up the middle, either at, if they run a 3-4 middle linebacker or at defensive tackle. So we can try to run inside. We could probably get some openings passing, but again, I can't get too carried away. Like, we're a running team. Need to run. I need, like, it's one thing against Western and Miami, but like, I'm gonna get into trouble playing some of these better teams in the Big Ten. Michigan's quite not there yet. They are with their reputation, but their roster's not quite ready. I like our defense, but our defense actually has been playing lights out. Bryson Gardner looks like a really good player. So, all right, yeah. Well, I know I want to start kind of working in the other running backs more. I have formation subs set, or I have some formation subs set. But I think I'm going to just do a couple quick changes here, and then we're going to jump in. I want to start putting, at least in the shotguns here. Oh yeah, Chris Evans is already in there. Oops. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. But what I want to do is I have a back that I like to use more in kind of like the receiving formations. And I've just kind of sprinkled him in, but I kind of want to go fully in with Chris Evans. So Chris Evans is in. Chris Evans is in there. And I'm just going to put him in the rest of these shotguns where there's actually a running back playing. Nothing there. Chris Evans is already there. And this is kind of like what you do in Madden, right? But they just had that slot already where you have like your third down back. They'll come into these formations more often. So Evans is there. He's there. All right, that'll do it. So just going to start to get Chris Evans in the mix a little bit more on offense. And then what else? Oh, here's another house rule that I haven't talked about that I do. Is I try and use like what I call a sister team for injuries. So like for whatever reason, I'm just using Colorado because they played in week 1, because your offensive lineman won't get injured in played games. So what I just do before each game is I go and look, see if they have any offensive linemen who are injured. If they do, I'll match that. Like if their right guard, starting right guard's out, I'll take my right guard out for the game, something like that. Again, just a simple little house rule that I like to do. And then there was something else about the mod that I wanted to show you guys that was really cool, and I'm just forgetting what it is now. Oh, it was something when we were looking through here. Was it Coastal Carolina? Yeah, I don't know. Either way. But yeah, super cool mod there, that college revamped. Alright, well, here we go. Week 3. So again, the uniform update's not there yet, but they will be. Got kind of the Michigan home uniforms, you don't really notice a huge difference. You just got Adidas instead of Nike. It's just the away ones that you can start to see like their ugly trim they used to have and things like that. But guys, hopefully soon. I mean, oh man, they're looking sharp. The jerseys just look so awesome in this game. All right, no idea what Western Michigan uses, but got some updated splash screens there. Very cool stuff. But what's up, guys? Again, thanks for tuning in. Glad it's the weekend. I had a busy week at work. Oh my gosh. Busy week. Good to be busy though. So there you can see some stats for them. They're sneaky. They're kind of a sneaky MAC team. I'm surprised they're 0-1. They must have played a good team in week 1. See if they have any injuries. They got a defensive tackle out. That's an area that, again, I think if we can really just try to run off of like our center right guard, might be able to take advantage of that.
Hi everybody, Reese Davis.
There I am, looking way too skinny. I'm not that skinny.
NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites.
That would be me as the Michigan coach, like stressed out. you know,
conquering
probably losing
hero.
15 pounds.
That's what the Wolverines want to be today. The big house is going to be alive, and in moments, the maize and blue will run out. They'll tap the banner and hope that they'll say, "Hail, hail to Michigan, leaders and best." That does it for us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Enjoy the game. We'll see you at the half.
Yeah, first game at Michigan Stadium in this streaming series here. Oh, can't wait for the new uniforms though. Gonna look awesome. Redshirt freshman Cade McNamara getting his third start here.
Historic Ann Arbor is the place to be for an incredible college football matchup here at Michigan Stadium.
It's time for Coin Toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
It's still a mystery to me with EA games, and one thing I've realized is people, I think that this thing flips around and whatnot. I don't really think that's the case. I think each stadium just faces a different direction, but they don't really indicate that, right? Because like I usually try to say like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, defend this way, so that I'm kicking into the wind, so that I'm kicking with the wind. Obviously, you know, at the end of halves. But it never seems to go that way. By the way, another thing I've been doing now, just to try and get more penalties, is go aggressive here. I could even go aggressive with strip ball, but the problem is like I don't want broken tackles. Our defense has been playing pretty well, so we're just gonna go with that. But yeah, I'm gonna go aggressive hold. All right.
Michigan is getting fired up down there as they get ready to boot this opening kickoff. He really got under that kick. Taken from the 3-yard line. And he's tackled at the 22.
So you're not going to see the first down, or yeah, you're going to kind of have the first, you know, the down kind of blocked out with my camera, but oops, whoops, what just happened? Wrong button.
The quarterback leads the team out on the field for the first drive.
Oh, good fake.
Now he's got room to run. And down he goes at the 35-yard line. So he keeps it, and he gets a big first down.
The quarterback made a very good decision here not to pitch. He saw a break in the defense and just hit it for a big gain.
From their own 35-yard line, it's first down. It looks like they're going to blitz. He goes downtown. And he hauls it in at the end of that long ball.
Oh my
Huge
gosh.
gain, and that sets him up nicely with a first and goal.
I like that they tried
really
that.
got beat by the deep pass.
Against man-to-man coverage like
I had
that,
middle
just a foot race.
coverage on that, but he looked pretty, he looked like he was there. Western Michigan coming out, firing. Their uniforms still look pretty nice. Gray had 2 picks last week against Miami of Ohio.
From the 6-yard line, first down. Now he tries to buy some time. They'll make the sack.
Boy, this pass rush is sometimes scary. They're really getting after the quarterback now.
Ball inside the 10-yard line. Second down. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
It's quite the form tackle there.
becoming the 12th man. The crowd is always into it here. On the throw, incomplete pass.
All right, well, the way that drive started, I'll take 3 points.
And the bad news is there was no defender around.
Michael asked if there's a chance for a QB competition. Yeah, there is. And truthfully, I probably like Milton's kind of makeup a little bit more. I mean, he's got like a 98 throwing power and he can run. But his accuracy right now is just low, and his awareness is too. And I still think awareness, even in played games, impacts interception likeliness, things like that. Even in Madden, it impacts the likeliness that a intentional grounding gets called. So.
And for Kansas State, they've won 2 straight. Kansas State gets the W, 38-14.
All right, thanks, Reese. Back to the live action here.
I also recommend always picking the kick return with the 2 returners there on the left. Otherwise, you will always lead the nation in kick return yardage if it's just always the same dude. So, but again, up to you. Just one of my little house rules.
This one. Great kick.
So here's that freshman who's just been killing it on kick returns.
He's to the 20. And he shoved out of bounds around the 28-yard line.
True freshman. Super fast. Just not really ready, I think, for like receiving responsibilities. Doesn't have like great route running. Doesn't have great hands yet. Still really young, but he's fast. So got him where we need him right now.
It's going to be tough today for this defense. I think they're going to have to take some chances and load this line of scrimmage. And, you know, as a play caller for this offense, when you're such a gifted running back, it opens up every aspect of the offense. I mean, the play-action pass with this running game, you get those linebackers and safeties coming up close to the line of scrimmage. It's a great time to really open up and show what you can do as a complete offense. It'll be a challenge.
Really nice block.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Just get a little momentum here. I know this is a good time to
Short
start throwing deep and everything, but with these sliders, you know, keep your accuracies at 5 on Heisman. You can't just start slinging the ball everywhere. Jeez, guys.
And he's tackled at the 39. So the running back comes away
The
with
worst
a
block
short
after having a
gain.
great block on first down.
And
That
he
was
also
one of
gets
the
a
worst
first down.
blocks on second
Well,
down.
the defense did a pretty good
They're lucky
job
to get
there.
that.
Didn't give him much room. Unfortunately for them, there was just enough space to eke out 2 yards he needed for the first down.
From their own
I called this yet
39-yard
this
line.
year.
First down. And he carries the ball
Had to
for a
kind
nice
of alter
gain.
that a little bit.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Four down, four down. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Ready, green 90, green 90.
Nothing really open
Here's the
deep,
throw, and I don't think he got anything on that.
or at least not comfortable throwing yet.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6. From their own 44-yard line. 3rd down. 5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun.
5 guys, like the burger place. Oof, very inaccurate pass.
Tackle made at the 48.
We're gonna go for
Makes
this
the
though.
catch, but just not enough for the first.
Easy first down if I was. See, that's what I'm saying. Like early on with these sliders, you got to get a little momentum
Preventing
going.
this completion from turning into a first down.
So they're going to go for it here.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
This is a pretty controversial call. I really would have expected them to punt this ball.
Check, check.
Gains his way to the 39-yard line.
Should be able to do that all day today. And just run out their defensive tackles.
From the 39-yard line. It's first
Might
down.
not be as exciting, but I mean, we've got a career at stake here, right? I can't be even coming close to losing to Western Michigan.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle. It's second down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Should have something open here. Oh gosh.
Fires incomplete.
He threw that ball so hard, I don't think anybody wanted to catch it.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
Called an audible the last time in this, so this is not a spam call. And I won't call these more than 2 or 3 times. Ah, I did the wrong
They'll
way.
bring him down at the 34.
But where are we at here? We're at the 34-yard line. Pretty good kicker, though. I think we can make this 51.
They'll line it up for a very long field goal attempt.
With the wind, too. It's going to kick it straight.
Michigan is down 3 and looking to tie it up. It's up, looks long enough, and he splits the
There we go.
uprights. Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese.
Tough on Heisman.
The Gophers of Minnesota ready to go in the Twin
Minnesota,
Cities.
don't
And for
lose.
New Mexico, they draw first blood. New Mexico leads it 3-0.
That's what we play next week. I want to make sure they're still
And we
ranked.
thank you, Reese Davis. Back to the action here. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He pooches it up there. Fielded at the 4. He gets out to about the 25-yard line.
Man, these guys in their 5 receiver sets are just something else.
I don't think either team has a clear advantage so far. Let's see if they can make some plays and get a little separation. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. He scrambles. And he's taken down at about the 29-yard line. It's second down, 6 yards to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. He is
Tough
drilled
set.
at the 21.
We get a lot of those, though, especially against bad teams. Yeah, gotta throw the ball. No one's open, though. It's important to know the difference, too, if you're thinking about your sliders and making adjustments. Is there's a difference between, you know, bad pass blocking. That wasn't bad pass blocking at all.
And they'll probably try to throw here as they line up on 3rd down and 14. They can't hear a thing down there. He's got to throw it in a hurry.
Another one.
And he hits him hard at the 14.
It's a bad team, though, comparatively speaking. All right, much better than the last drive, guys. Good job.
4th and long here after the sack.
Marco asked, why Michigan? Yeah, I
Wilson
wanted to do
is
one
back
that
deep to return.
it's kind of like a classic program that just hasn't been kind of atop maybe where they once were. You know, see if we can kind of overtake. And so we were looking at like Michigan, Tennessee was on that list, Auburn. Not that Auburn's down, but just kind of like, can they overtake Alabama, you know, in that state. Penn State was even on the list a little bit, but yeah, it was just the whole idea of
This is a fun game, and I think we're going to see a lot of interesting.
and for me, it's just a storyline of like, you know, we know Harbaugh got an extension, but he technically is taking pay cuts. So I kind of imagine like, all right, they elevated him to like athletic director or, you know, whatever, athletic president, et cetera, and he decided to hire me. It's kind of an outside the box hire because, hey, Jim Harbaugh is kind of an odd duck, right? Wouldn't put it past him.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Ooh, we got some safeties creeping up here. Oops. I don't know what I just picked. Come on. Might need a timeout here. Jeez, so inaccurate right now. So again, it'd be even worse with Joe Milton. And again, those are probably a little too inaccurate, but I just look at it like it was an incomplete pass. It wasn't a good throw. That's fine. As he gets kind of warmed up, those will get better.
Down now, and they need to get it to the 29.
Man left, man left. Four down. Hey, number 8 coming. Number 8's Mike. Mike, let's go. Mike, 20.
He's tackled around the 23-yard
Timing out there. Thank God it was accurate. Get the ball in Ronnie Bell's hands here on the pass.
From the 23-yard line. First down.
Or I'm sorry, Chris Evans, not Ronnie Bell. Guys, gotta block him.
Tackle around the 29-yard line.
Big play for them. One of my football philosophies is running on 2nd and long, like a 2nd and 16, is about one of the most pointless things you can do. So, you know, again, if this is the end of the game,
We've played one.
I'm just trying to get a few more yards for a field goal. But I mean, typically, like, if you think about it, like, okay, so you know, we get 4 or 5 yards, you're still at 3rd and long. So you still got one shot to convert it. Whereas 2nd and long, you literally are doubling your opportunities because most passes are, you know, completed are going to be, you know, 10 to 15 yards, right? So I mean, you give yourself a chance to convert that much sooner. And again, just twice the likelihood. And then you're also setting yourself up potentially for a shorter 3rd down, even if you complete something underneath. But you got to make sure you find a completion here. Ah, nothing. And then, of course, that can happen where you kind of put yourself out of field goal range.
It's an offense's worst nightmare.
But I could not force it. There was just nothing that I saw, at least. Let's take a look, though. There was underneath. That coverage, yeah, they just got in real fast. And I was looking at the slot receiver there up on the top left. But there's 2 guys there, and if that's an inaccurate throw, I mean, that's, you know, I don't know. Not to mention I had guys in my, there's no way that would have been picked off if I had thrown that. And the receiver on the right was clearing, but you had the middle linebacker sitting there. There was just, underneath is the only option. I would have had to have thrown it right now. But I wasn't looking for my dump off yet because I thought I had more time. And I was seeing if one of those deeper routes were going to develop, so. That's all right. Hell, we're still, well, we're into the win now because the quarter changed. So we need to try and complete something here.
You're constantly concerned and aware of a big, strong defensive end.
Well, they've converted one 3rd down play on this drive, but now they're faced with a 3rd and long.
So I'll look for Eubanks or Jackson, but if not, we got Evans too.
Caught, open field.
That gets us the field goal.
Taken down right around the 24-yard line.
They brought a blitz. I was going to go to Eubanks, but there's a little bit too much traffic around him. So that was kind of just our 3rd option there.
Michigan is looking to go up by 3. He gets it up, and he nails the long field goal.
Hey, we talked earlier in the stream. I mean, the Michigan offense is
in the studio.
It's where we need the most work.
Going on in the top 25. And for Ohio State, first blood comes with the rushing touchdown. The Ohio State leads it 7-0.
All right, Reese, back to our game. And it looks like
had a slow start, had a slow first half against Miami of Ohio. Still won 55-10. So
excellent kick.
Boy, we're being dime all day today, aren't we?
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Brought down at the 26. Maybe a yard on that drop.
Western's got some sweet uniforms.
From their own 26-yard line, it's second down. Throws out and through his hands.
So my proximity might have impacted that. I had two guys I was trying to cover there. Let's look at that replay. I thought he was going to go underneath. So I thought right there, that receiver kind of coming over the middle, going right, left. So I tried to break up on that, and luckily, well, if I missed that, I'm in trouble though. That's a good route against the cover 2 zone. I mean, it put me in a spot where I had to kind of cover two guys.
Third and 9. Ball on their own 26. They're one of the loudest crowds in the country, and they are on their feet. And they bring him down for a sack on the play.
They just can't stop our defensive line. I'm not even blitzing.
I'd be interested to see how he responds from this hit and whether or not he comes after his
But again, he's taking too long. This is not pass blocking. This is our guys are really good in man coverage, and there's just, he can't take that long.
Wilson awaiting the return. He's at midfield. He gets out to about the 45-yard line.
Everywhere we go in college football, everybody's got a T-shirt that says finish, finish. Whether that means finish the game or finish the drive. Right now, this offense is moving the ball, but they're not finishing the drive. They got to execute better down closer to their opponent's territory.
There hasn't been too much daylight between these two teams. In games like this, some players try to press too much, and that can cause mistakes. Michigan, up a field goal.
Jeez.
Fires incomplete. He was looking for the tight
Oh,
end.
goodness.
He was way
Accuracy.
in front on that one.
Had plenty of time. Bit of a tight throw. So it puts me in a bind here in second and long because I don't really want to run.
From the 45-yard line.
Let's see if there's an opening here that I could audible into. I don't think they're blitzing here, so we should be okay.
Play fake. Here comes the defense. And he just gets rid of it.
Slow start again. I'm actually going to run a draw here.
Third down, and they need to get it down to the 35.
No, they only got one safety deep.
This one's going deep to the end zone. This one will fall incomplete.
Yeah, the coverage was good. Let's see. I was kind of hoping that underneath route that I audibled just to the first down marker. But that guy was positioned perfectly. So that route was off. And then it was just kind of single coverage. I'm surprised. Madden, I would have never gotten that off. That would have been a rushed throw. But it wasn't a bad throw. And I guess best of all, I'm glad it wasn't picked off. I mean, I like to see 50-50 balls that are dropped too. So it's alright, we took a shot. No problem with that. What do we do here though? I hate punting from right here. It's just so stupid. Especially in this game. But I don't want to give them the momentum, so I have a fourth down failed conversion. So we'll just try to put it out of bounds.
Doesn't want to let the punt returner have a chance here. He just wants to change field position. Plenty of hang time on this
that'll
one.
work.
He was able to deaden that kick perfectly, and he gives them a long field to work with.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. He's got an opening.
Oh,
He's to
gosh.
the 20. He's out to the 30. He goes down.
It's so much harder to pursue in this game than Madden. One of the really nice improvements Madden has over this game. Just run by guys all the time.
1st and 10 following that big run.
And I try to hold down X. I even like take off the turbo. No speed burst, just hold down X and that still just happens.
Nice run up the middle. Jefferson gains about 4 yards on the play.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
And they missed stop at the 45-yard line. Loss of 2 on the run by the halfback.
And I'll tell you what, not only was this great penetration, but it was a heck of a hit, too.
3rd down, and they need to get it inside the 47. Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today. Just throws this one away.
I mean, he doesn't need to be that quick, but... Oh, yeah, Michigan defense, though, I mean, playing some scrubby teams, but I mean, they look pretty damn good. But our offense is not going to be running the table in the Big Ten like this, though. Come on, guys. Oh, you got plenty of room. Catch
he gets
that.
it
Go
away,
back and
and
catch
this
that.
is a really nice punt.
All right, fine.
This one's going to be down the end zone for a
Oh.
touchback. The Wolverines get ready to go in here at halftime. They've got their star player not having the kind of game he normally has on a weekly basis, and yet they've got the lead. And with that in mind, 3rd and 4th quarter could belong to them.
3rd and 4th quarter should belong to them because I have a lot of confidence that this offense is eventually going to start to click. And once they do, I think it's a matter of time until you really find out what they're capable of doing. The defense, I think, has done a good enough job of slowing down that star tailback. We'll see if they can hold on here in the 2nd half.
And he's tackled around the 21-yard line.
That's a gain of 1 on the play.
Nothing.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
From their own 21-yard line. 2nd down. Michigan holds a field goal lead. Tackle made right around the 36-yard line.
You know, I talked to so many college quarterbacks who've gone on to be very successful in the NFL, and they all talk about the execution of the play action. And all of them talk about the good ones, about taking their time and really working to sell the play action and sell the fake. If you don't take the time as a quarterback to really sell the fake, it's going to make it easy on the linebackers and safeties to realize that that was just a fake handoff and to get back in position. But when you really work it and sell it the way that quarterback did right there, that's when it's more effective. It can open up the big play.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
From their own 42-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Ready, green 19, green 19.
Taken down in the backfield.
By the time the running back here got football, he's looking up and he's got a couple defensive linemen closing in on him because they were able to slip off of their blocks. Really, there's nothing he could do at all there. That was more of a miscommunication and just getting overmatched up front by the offensive line.
From their own 41-yard line, 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Ready, wide 80, hot.
Oh, look at
He's
this roll.
wrapped up for the sack.
That was on me. That just took too long. I was scanning my options. I had the triangle receiver open, but the time I scanned back to him, I didn't have time to get it off. So I was looking at on the right side there, but that safety was just kind of sitting in a zone. And then over top, I didn't really like it. Would have been kind of double coverage. And so then I, just at this point, kind of looked and said, oh yeah, the triangle guy's going to be open here in between the cover two. No, that was cover three. Cover three flat, I guess. Yeah, because that was a linebacker over there. So, yeah, I would have had it. Damn, our offense. But I like it. I mean, Cade Mack, he's an 81 redshirt freshman. Like, he shouldn't be throwing for 450 yards every week. If you're doing that, your sliders probably aren't challenging enough, in my opinion. So I like the challenge. It gives me something to work on.
Michigan.
Hey, if you watched Michigan football this year, you know they weren't very good. So
He puts it away, and it's a great kick.
yep, see it. I hold down X when I get near him, and he just it doesn't work. Like it's not doing that like contain or whatever it's called.
Kind of refreshing, isn't it? I mean, every single week we call games and you're seeing scores in the 30s and 40s. This is one of those low-scoring games. Which offense will get that big break? Eventually, it could be the team that wins it.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
Blue 14! Blue 14!
And down he goes, right around the 50.
The quarterback and his receiver make a great play here and convert on an early down.
So it's second down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the first down. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing. Gains his way to the 39-yard line.
That makes it first and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 39. And he's tackled right away.
That makes it second 2.
Now he's flushed, and they got it.
That's the story of the game so far is our ability to get to the quarterback. And they're probably outplaying us in a lot of different areas.
Western Michigan will have one timeout remaining. Third down now, and they need to get it to the 29.
I was just thinking, to go back to a question someone had earlier about, would an existing franchise or an existing dynasty that you had, say for 2 years or something, if you were to load in this, revamped mod, I don't think it's going to impact your records. And here's why. That stuff gets populated in the database at the creation of a new dynasty. What you're loading in with this revamped mod are the visuals. I mean, almost exclusively. Now, they have some other stuff there, but that's more like, beneath the dynasty level. It'd be like when you go to create it, it's going to pull from that database, populate your new dynasty. But because you're running an existing one, I don't think it's going to interfere. So I think it's good news for the person asking. I think it was Michael or somebody. But I think that's going to be really good news because you can just load that in and you're just going to get the visuals. So like the logos and even like some of the splash screens you're seeing, you're going to get that stuff. I don't think it's going to interfere. Because again, that's being populated at the creation. Those databases, if you think about it, like the database is empty. It's an empty shell when you create a new dynasty, and then it's going to pull from that. So what they've done is edited like the original, area that stuff gets pulled from. Because yours is already populated, it's not pulling anything. You're just loading in, and it'd be like, it's just, it'd be like if they patched the game or something and they added these in. It's more like a patch in that instance.
Really
So,
a tough spot for an offense to be in.
but yeah,
against
give it a
this crowd
shot.
in
So
this
I think you'll be all
stadium.
right. But back it up, just in case.
He's tackled around the 25-yard line.
First down.
He's scrambling, and they
Oh,
got it.
God,
I
there's
think that
so
was on
many
the
sacks
offensive
playing
line.
these scrubby
They've gotta do
teams.
a better job of holding their blocks, or else this quarterback can be pulling.
Yes, you will have an issue with the teams. Correct. But worst case, I guess you'd have like the Coastal Carolina roster on on Idaho
He's
or
at the
something.
20.
Damn it. It's so frustrating, like trying to tackle in the open field.
At the 8-yard
If you guys
line.
have suggestions, there's probably an easier way than I'm trying it. I try to square him up, and then like I hold down X thinking it's going to lock on, and I just run by him like a dummy. Watch this. And it's just frustrating. Like, it's not even close. Because in Madden, that's what you do, right? And that option's here in the game. It just doesn't seem to like work well. Damn, it's like costing us big yardage.
It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here.
I want to get a couple user picks. That's my goal, playing safety this year. Yeah, see, I missed him again. That's the difference between 2 or 3 yards. Matters a lot down here.
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the
Oh,
gun.
I don't know what I just did.
And he throws it away.
It's kind of fun coverage, or it's kind of fun to play there, but I don't even know how I did that. Let's see. How do I switch the camera back? Visual settings. There we go. This is ridiculous.
And this is the 11th play of current drive. And this crowd is going absolutely crazy. They'll bring him down at the 2. The running back gets a yard, maybe less. The Broncos using their 3rd and last timeout.
You gotta get
So
our
they
offense
decide to bring
working
the
here.
kicker out
This
to
is
try to
just-
get 3 points before the half ends. Western
But again, I'm
Michigan
trying to pass
is
too
down
much as
3
usual.
and looking to tie it up.
But we're also not like we're not running the ball well on first down, and
The
so
kick is up, and he's
that's
got
part
it.
of the challenge. Is like I'm having 2nd and 9, and like I guess I just need to trust it more and again say this is a little bit different here with this team because 1, our passing game's not good, and 2,
I have a feeling this
this team's
ball
built
is
to
going
run.
nowhere
So even
near the
2nd and
return
9
man
isn't
for this
awful.
kickoff. Most
Should still be able to
likely
get 5
into the half.
yards. But then you're just constantly setting yourself up for 3rd down.
He's to the 20.
That's good kick returner.
Across the 30. He's tackled at the 46-yard line.
This guy's gonna lead the country. Kick return yards. He's
We
been
played
ridiculous.
a half of football. This one's all even at 6.
Yikes. Not the halftime score you want to
We
see.
played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollock and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game. Both of these defenses are opportunistic and very good at forcing turnovers. But both quarterbacks, David, have done a very good job while trying to maintain an aggressive mindset. They haven't forced the ball. The runner's done a good job keeping it put away.
Yeah, and as much as you preach that all throughout the week, it's still hard to do. It's hard to execute. And being able to see what you see on the defensive side of the football and adjust to it ultimately.
Yeah, Ryan, I could try to sell out more on hit stick, but like, yikes. I feel like that's just going to make it worse. I'm just trying to wrap these guys up.
Tight to their body, not giving it away. So
you know, between running backs, receivers, and quarterbacks, offensive linemen blocking, did a great job executing on the offensive side of the football, not to give away any turnovers.
That's going to do it at halftime. Just about ready to start the second half.
All right, you finish it up, bro. I'm going to get something in the cafeteria. I'm hungry.
But, look, wait, don't leave until you get my order. Brad Kirk, take the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. Second half action about to begin. Excellent kick.
We returned the opening second half kickoff last week. And he might got another one here. Nope.
And they finally knock him out at the 39-yard line. Time's getting a little bit tighter now. You got to make every possession count. Up the middle for a nice gain.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
We've got a 2nd and 5. Ball on 34.
So bringing guys up in the box here.
He's taken down at the 31-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Tackled outside after.
So I mean that'll probably work all day, but I mean against Western Michigan, what are we going to do against Big Ten teams? Let's get
From the
Chris Evans to carry
25-yard
here.
line.
79 yards of offense. Oh my gosh, we got some work to do.
And he tackles him hard at the 17-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, I just want to get rid of it.
Great job by the defense of
I
getting
don't want to
after
get sacked
that
on 3rd and 2.
quarterback. Right now,
Or 2nd and 2.
they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
It's 3rd down. They're 2 yards shy of the sticks. The 10. And he's taken down around the 3-yard line.
Chris Evans running well today.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Watch out for a pass play when you're in a goal line D. Looking for the corner. Touchdown, Michigan.
One pass attempt and it was incomplete. That whole drive. Huge kick return, of course, helps.
The halfback just plowed his way.
Yeah, Ryan, I don't know if it's showing for everyone else. Like, it looks like you're posting links, but they're not showing up. Because like the last 2 chats I see is, Ryan, can you post the link again? And then you reply, that's for PS3. I'm assuming that's, you know, came after you posted a link. You guys might need to connect on Twitter or something.
Michigan up 6.
If it's showing up, then ignore me. Maybe it's not showing up for me as the host, but
A 7-play, 39-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
Boy, this offense.
also the college Revamped Discord. If you're comfortable navigating through Discord, they got all that information up there. Admittedly, it's a bit overwhelming at first. There's a lot of stuff in there, but You'll be able to find what you're looking for. Just use the search feature would be my advice.
Looks like they're ready for the kick. Reaches it up there. Fielded at the 4. They'll bring him down at the 25-yard line. For Michigan, they've been bringing the heat, and they've gotten to him on several occasions.
I should create some how-to videos or something for the website.
And because
like
of
put the
all
links all
problems
there.
at the line, this offense is having a difficult time moving the ball.
Well, their outfit has been dismal so far, that's for sure. When you have a bunch of negative plays, it drags you down.
Hey, I squared up a little bit.
33-yard
I wasn't
line.
using any sort of turbo or X.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's going to be tough, though, when you start, you know, playing Ohio State. You got some guys who are actually shifty. Like, it's... Oh, my gosh. We need to get
So
better.
it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Yeah, see, that was me trying to use hit stick there, Ryan.
At the 48. They go with the option and pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, that was a situation.
Well, here's
where
my hit
the
stick
quarterback knew
attempt.
He could pick up the 1st down if he kept it himself. That's a
It
good
was
decision.
closer. I guess it was a little bit closer. Oh, my gosh. This is like watching the Lions, like, open field tackling. But hey, this is why we play teams like
First
Western
down, 10
Michigan.
yards to go.
Get a
Ball
little
on the
practice in.
48-yard line. And it looks like they're going to bring some heat. And they make the stop at about the 49.
This quarterback's been killing us, though. I need to make some adjustments here. You guys focus on the quarterback, and I'll handle the running back. How about? Oops.
2nd down and 12. Ball on the 49-yard line. The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation.
Motion, motion.
Caught a big hit there to stop it. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers
Yeah, that helps,
to get
Ryan.
downfield
Yeah, the
a little
PS3
bit
Hen is
before
what
he
you're
throws
looking
it.
for. And what that is, that's a little app that will
3rd down now. They need to get it down to
that's
the
what you'll
38.
use to not just install, you have to do it every single time.
Thing down there.
That kind of activates the mods. Oh
Zips it
man.
out to his runner, and he's got him again. Tackle made.
Oh, I thought he was going to throw it to me.
34-yard line.
I was going for my first user pick
I like
there.
how the offense is using
He
the
had a
pass
guy
to
open,
get him
too.
involved. He's
Not number
and
2, the
just
guy,
wanna
number
get the ball
11.
in his hands.
From the 34-yard line. 1st down.
Jeez.
And he's tackled
Just
at
a
about
little
the
shift like that
25-yard
just
line.
destroys
Great job
me.
by the running back, and that's a gain of 9.
2nd and inches.
They come out in an empty backfield.
Yep, missed again. Again,
Takes
trying
it
to
out
hit
about
stick.
the 10.
That makes it 1st and goal.
I need to go into like practice mode and just work on open field tackling.
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
And I don't know, maybe, you know, the guy's, he's fast, he's not, well, he is a good overall. He's like an 86 or something. Just playing like absolute trash.
Quick out to
Wow.
his receiver. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Here's the PAT to tie this thing up.
Ridiculous.
And he tacks on the extra point. And play 75-yard drive. And a touchdown's the result.
Well, I knew Western Michigan didn't look as bad as their 0-1 record.
Western Michigan ready to kick this one off.
Again, I don't know who they played, but
Nice kick.
I knew they'd have a pretty decent offense. See if we can go from
He's to the
there.
20. And down he goes at the 26-yard line.
Let's see if we see an opening here with the screen.
You don't want to squander any possessions, but maybe now's the right time to dip into your bag of tricks a little. Think about some gadget plays to catch the defense napping.
Wow.
Sets up a screen.
Oh my goodness. He just hasn't gotten into a groove yet, so it gets really, really difficult.
2nd and 10.
I mean, those are like, you know, that's the difference right there, right? It's just execution stuff. See, now we get nothing on, you know, it's 3rd and 9. It really should be at worst like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. But 2 bad plays in a row puts you in a hole. See if this curl's open again. Should be. Picked off.
Throws it into coverage and it's intercepted. Got some open field.
Hey, I did an open field hard hit tackle with my quarterback. That was just a good play by the defender. I mean, that was open. Well, it was just a shitty throw. I mean, literally, like, it was wobbly. It just didn't get there fast enough. I don't know. Maybe we throw in Joe Milton and see. I mean, this dude's just not getting anything going for us. And that was just a... I don't know if, like, because, you know, I tried to throw that hard, obviously. But, I mean, it was right there. It was definitely open. Kind of open. I guess I could have thrown it more at his feet, but... Oof. But yeah, let's, where do I do that? Strategy? Depth chart. Let's see what Joe Milton can do. And see if our defense can get us out of this hole here. Yeah, that's not a recipe for success right there. Oh, I almost tackled him.
Finds a man, touchdown.
I mean, it's no Ball State Clemson, but I mean, this is not looking good right now. Plenty of time. But they got all the momentum right now. 2 touchdowns and a pick. I'm gonna get fired. Ah, Western Michigan. Hey, if you don't think it's possible, I mean, Appalachian State did this to Michigan before they were even Division I. And Michigan was a way better team than what I have here. That Michigan team is a damn good team. All right, Joe Milton time. Let's go. Enough of this garbage. I hope. Again, don't be. He's got a good arm, but he's not accurate.
Very, very competitive with one another. It just seems that the lead is going back and forth between the 2 teams.
Let's see if we can get a little something going here.
What the defense can do this time.
The last possession didn't go in the favor for this offense. I'd expect to see them come out and be a little bit more conservative with some safe play calling in order to avoid another bad result.
All right, off to a good start that drive. A loss of 7 on a run. Okay.
So it's getting in 16 on the 20 line. He's tackled at the 44-yard line.
Cover 2. Just, again, arm strength, big difference. I threw that hard. Had to get in that tight window.
From their own 44-yard line. First down.
Ah, tried to shift that back in.
Runs it and tackled in the
Boy, he has not
backfield.
been running the ball well today.
So the halfback loses about 2 on the run.
But you see momentum, right? Even against a bad team, I mean, momentum. You just don't want to get behind momentum in this game. It sucks. He's played terrible today. Picked off.
Zipped it out, and that was almost
I forgot, Madden. At Madden, you can throw that over that guy's head, and that's open.
Here the quarterback
Not in
makes
this
a
game.
poor decision throwing into coverage.
And I saw that was going to be there, and I just stared it down. Because as soon as I saw that blitz coming, but yeah, I should have gone to the underneath guy. See, Madden, you can put loft, and that's what I tried to do, but you can't do that in this game. It's just lofted over, and that tight end is open. Yeah, at least it wasn't intercepted,
Look at his
though.
progression
Jeez.
and find the second and third receiver.
Well, he's got the arm. Just see if something opens up deep. We don't have to score this drive. It's not the end of the world. It's just... Whoa!
Fires incomplete.
That was weird. I like the game lagged,
On third down, the defense
and then it
was
like I took
expecting
over the
pass.
receiver, which I did not want to do, because that was very similar to the previous completion. Just tried to zip it in between the cover 2. I did not mean to switch to him. I wonder if that would have been completed or not. Dang it. That's a bummer. Again, execution,
Very
right?
well in secondary.
Execution playing a role here. Western Michigan taking it to us.
Robbins awaits the snap.
Oops.
He punts this one high in the air.
21-yard punt. Execution.
They did a great job on their last drive, moving the ball down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can duplicate that on this drive. Western
Switching the
Michigan
middle
is up
linebacker
a
here.
score.
Oh, come
Quick
on.
throw out to the receiver.
So you could see momentum in that play. That's a
I'll tell
play
you
that
something, I'm loving this
probably
quarterback's
intercepted if we had the
confidence
momentum.
more and more as this game goes
Instead they
on.
get
He's
13
really
yards out
throwing
of
the
it.
ball with some purpose.
But we need to make something happen here because it is tough to
It's
stop.
1st and 10. Ball on the 50-yard line.
And I can't
Keeps his
tackle.
eye on it, makes the catch. The 10.
The tackling's really frustrating.
Touchdown, Broncos.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I seriously don't know how to open field tackle in this game. And that kind of matters, as we're seeing here.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for
We're getting
the go.
smoked. What the hell's going on? Definitely
He'll
gonna
take
get
it from the 2. He's to the 20. Breaks tackle and looking for the corner. He's knocked out of bounds around the 37-yard line.
trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Their last drive broke down and they punted. What do they have in store this time out?
Down 2 possessions. This offense has to step up and capitalize on this possession. Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do much
Got a good
better
arm,
job
but
of
it's
being
not
able
accurate.
to read that defense and make quicker decisions. And especially when the defense starts to
But
get
he's
pressure,
got to figure out
he's got
passing.
to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 37. And he shoved out of bounds at the 46. Kirk, he's really got a lot of confidence in his receiver.
Yeah, I think he does, but in this case, I think he just threw it up for grabs. He thinks the receiver can make the catch no matter how many guys are hanging on his back.
So with 1 quarter remaining, the Broncos lead 27-13.
Oops, I hit the wrong button. Luckily, that was
Can't connect.
incomplete.
Boy, would he like to have that one back.
Yeah, you're right. This offense relies so much on timing, and as you saw there, when their timing gets knocked off, they have a tough time connecting on plays like this.
All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter. That's a great tackle at the 43. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run.
That makes it 3rd and 7.
Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 36.
Nothing.
And he hits
Nothing
him
open.
hard at the 50-yard line.
It's tough against the momentum on
Man, these
Heisman.
guys can be aggressive. When you stand back there and take hits like that, you're definitely going to feel it the next day.
Probably going to get 2 more drives. They need to be
Big
touchdowns.
kick here to try to pin the offense deep in their own territory. It's a high kick, and it holds up there. Signals for a fair catch. Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. 5 wide. Fires out to his receiver. They bring him down in the backfield.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 12-yard line. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down.
These fans are showing you why teams hate to come here, folks. And he just gets rid of it. So the defense gets them to go 3 and out.
Good job here defensively forcing this incomplete pass.
The defense looks like they're going to send in the cavalry on this one. Wilson fields it at the 50. He's taken down at the 33. Flag down, and I'm not sure when it was thrown. Let's find out.
Personal foul. Clipping. Receiving team.
Pretty good job by the return man there. From the 33-yard line, it's 1st down. Caught by the tight end past the marker.
That's a gain of 12 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Zips it to the back. He's hit out of bounds at the 17.
Gain of 4 on play. makes it 2nd and 6.
From the 17-yard line. 2nd down. Gets to about the 14-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Three for 11 on 3rd down.
And he is drilled at the 6-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
They'll go with a run once again.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Wolverine.
Just barely.
It shouldn't have surprised these guys to see the run coming at them, but they just couldn't stop it.
He splits the uprights with extra point. Let's get the latest now from Reese Davis.
The Golden Gophers arrive at today's game ranked 16th in the nation. We've been watching this thing all day long. And for Minnesota, they're looking to win 2 in a row. All locked up, 17 apiece.
Well, we have momentum now,
Touchdown
so
difference in this one. Reese
that's gonna help.
27-20. Michigan is lining up to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Western Michigan is up by a touchdown. Now he's scrambling.
Here we go.
And he's going to be
Another
sacked for a
coverage
loss.
sack. He just scrambles so quick. That's how we want to start.
2nd down, and they've got 15 for the 1st down. Ball on the 20. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Slings it.
Oh, God.
He's taken down.
See, that's the
at
difference.
32.
Like, right, that's an extra 3 or 4 yards he got because I can't tackle.
3rd down.
I mean, that's, you know, boy, Madden does such a better job with that. It's huge. I mean, it's 3rd and 3 now. Huge, huge difference.
They need about 3 yards to get the 1st down here on 3rd down. You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing.
Stop it.
At the 35-yard line.
Now, real life, I'm Western Michigan. I am going for this. No question. Like, you either want to win or you don't.
Wilson is back to receive.
Don't hit the punter. Oh, I tried to
The
get a
33-yard
little
line.
sweep on him there.
This offense threw the ball extremely well on their last drive, and they ended up with a touchdown.
Well, I think this defense has got to do something because right now the quarterback is in such a good rhythm that you've got to do something to try to get him out of it. I would suggest trying to bring more pressure. Try to come up with an exotic blitz look to try to get him on his heels as opposed to being the aggressor and attacking the defense.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on their own 38. Brought down after a nice run up the middle. Just under 3 to go in regulation.
Damn it.
He's level at the 37. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got
I
started.
don't know if
This
anything
young
was
man didn't even
open.
have a chance
I was trying to look
make
underneath, but
something
even that was tight. I didn't see anything initially up top. Yeah, nothing that I was comfortable in. I had the running back flaring out, but I was looking at those two curls, and those were tight.
It's tough to find your receivers when the defense is in your face like that.
Trying to call some different plays here. I'll keep
They
doing
find
quarters.
themselves in a hole here after that.
Definitely
sack.
kind of
Second
fits
and
his mold if we can get someone open. Let's take what we can get.
pass. They'll bring him down at the 46-yard line.
That's a gain of 9 on the play.
Definitely 4-down territory, so. Oh,
Throws quick to the receiver and it falls
come on,
incomplete.
dude. You can't miss these throws. His accuracy's brutal, though. I'm telling you, it's the biggest challenge of our offense.
So they're going to go for it here. And he's tackled around the 44-yard line.
Unbelievable pass. They don't care what
Probably
down.
could have done hurry up,
The
but
Wolverines taking their first time out of the half. Just under 2 to go in the game.
These guys, especially in the second,
they're beating that cover too every time.
can make life hard for the play callers on the other side of the ball.
From the 44-yard line, it's second down. And down he goes around the 35-yard line.
Go. Come on. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
And the defense was ready for it. The Wolverines used their second timeout.
This team, man.
The offense is going to stay on the field and try to convert another fourth down.
Just get the first. Jeez.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Ridiculous.
Throws complete, and he's got space to work. He steps out at the 26.
Hey, our Lions play.
Second
See
and
if anything
5
is
coming
there.
up
We'll
here.
see.
Ball on the 26-yard line. A little over a minute in the game.
In their coverage.
This one's
Pick
going
them.
deep to the end
Ooh,
zone.
very lucky.
He
Terrible
almost
throw.
had it, but it's incomplete.
Tried to throw that underneath him. Gosh, dang.
And this is the 13th play of this drive. He's at the 20. Finds the junior. Knocked out of bounds at about the 17.
Terrible throw. Thank you for bailing me out, Ronnie Bell. Dang, man. Stressful. Gotta make everything so damn hard.
From the 17-yard line. First down. Pass complete and taken down immediately.
Oh.
And he's sacked.
Oh, that is a big
We had I had that tight end I think open in the end zone and just couldn't throw
When
off.
film study starts to come around, you're going to kind of sink a chair and just hope they don't call you out because you're going to get embarrassed on Monday on
Sick
that
of calling the same plays.
This is the
Trying to mix it
16th
up.
play of this drive.
Get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Everybody, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Yeah,
Throws it out there.
God, dude. So ridiculous. Oh, man.
Here we go again. It's fourth down, and they're going for it.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Kill,
Now it's first and goal as he's knocked out after a nice gain.
Good job, Joe Milton.
This is the 18th play of this drive.
Oh, no. Get up. Get up.
Well, the question now is, how will they respond after losing a couple on that run?
Why isn't it doing spike? Dude, what the hell? I don't have time to call a play.
From the 4-yard line, second down. That tackle just sealed the deal.
I thought, isn't O to spike the ball? What a ridiculous game.
So this one's in the books, and we saw a great one here today. 27-20, Broncos.
I didn't mean to spam that play. I just had to call something. I thought O was to
That's
what's
it
it called?
Presentation of NCAA football 14.
Do the
I'm Brad
spike.
Nessler saying thanks.
I should have just done hurry up, but I wanted to take my time and call the pass I wanted. That really screwed me. Again, it's tough switching back like between Madden and this game. Just some of the buttons are different, but that's really annoying because that would have been a really fun finish. Yeah, I wish there was like an undo button. And again, it's not because I lost or anything. It's just like you just kind of feel kind of jobbed a little bit by the game. That was a sweet touchdown score there, though. Yeah, I didn't even want to call that play. I just didn't want to have time to call an audible and like make a read and Yeah, I wouldn't care as much if it wasn't against Western Michigan of all teams. I mean, if this was like the Minnesota game, I'd just be like, oh, all right, whatever. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. But I mean, we played like complete garbage. Played terrible. Be curious to see how a rookie coach can kind of bounce back from this stuff, though. I mean, yikes. But I mean, this is Michigan had a season like this in real life. I mean, it was. I mean, maybe not as bad as losing to Western Michigan, but they had some rough games. Didn't they lose to like Rutgers and stuff? I mean, it was brutal this year. But again, we're well under, you know, our total offense, just horrendous. 50% passing. It's just, I mean, it's just bad. But yeah, I mean, Western Michigan came out the second half there and just really built up some momentum on us. McNamara played terrible. I mean, Milton definitely played better, but Haskins was really bad today. Tried to give Evans more carries. Yeah, we're just bad. Our offense is very bad. I mean, again, the sacks today, freshman right guard. So that's 5 allowed sacks. They might have even had more. I mean, that's brutal. We had a ton, 6. We had 7 sacks ourselves. Western Michigan had 5, yeah. Defensive tackle. So getting right up the middle. West Bloomfield, Michigan there. Ann Arbor. So defensive tackle had a pass breakup. We didn't have any. We got, you know, game of inches, literally, right? The last play of the game. Hey, Roman Wilson's from Honolulu. That's cool. Last play of the game, game of inches. We talk about the open field tackling, things like that. I mean, those things all matter. And had I probably, if I just kept that run outside, I probably score, I think. I just thought I had a more direct line kind of cutting it in. Just the way he kind of fell. But, yeah, I don't know. Irritated by that, though. I don't like losing on like what kind of feels gimmicky, you know. But, yeah, you know, just a game. It played well. Like I said, I'm still kind of torn because like as soon as you start going, like I have the QB accuracy at 5, and as soon as you start going up even to like 9 or 10, it's just you're going to complete 85% of your passes every game. I mean, even on Heisman. So it just gets a little bit tricky. But I'll exit out, save this. I mean, I plan to move forward with it. You know, I think that's part of the interesting storyline is what do you do here with a 1-2 coach who's lost to a Stanford team while we were ranked 16th. We just lost at home, ending our 15-game win streak against Western Michigan. You know, these are probably storylines you haven't seen before in this game, so I'm very curious to see how it goes. They were showing the Minnesota score earlier. I don't see them on this screen, though, but Iowa State beats Iowa pretty handedly there. Players of the game, I mean, Chris Evans did play well. But yeah, my execution on the goal line. I mean, I ran the wrong. I did the wrong read on the option the first time. He got tackled short. Probably would have scored on that play. Tried to just spike the ball, which I thought about ahead of time. Like if he doesn't score, just spike the ball. And I'm holding down O, realizing apparently it's not O. I don't know what button it is in college, but it's O in Madden. And so again, just kind of got burned by that a little bit. So yeah, it's just a bummer. Oh, that's how it goes. Still fun to play, so I'll save this up here and we will move on. So again, we'll be playing a most likely ranked Minnesota team next. I guess what we can do is save this and then but hang on, I need to save the profile, but I try to alternate my save files week to week, so we'll override a different save file here. It's just in case something got screwy with, which hasn't happened yet, but this is the black. I was using a black slider set by a Jared, so that's what that one is. I just need to get rid of that one now. But so let's save it here, and then we'll be good to go there. Yeah, the Jared slider sets were recommended to me too. He's got different color sets, and I think the black one was. I think that's the hardest one. It's like black or black diamond or something like that. Yeah, we can advance here and just kind of see what see if we got any recruits committing. And we'll see if Minnesota won or not. But it's funny because even a close win, I mean, certainly would have been better than a loss, but I mean, we just lost to Western Michigan at home. Oof. It's rough. That's really rough. But, you know, you got to think about it too. Like, I mean, if we win, you know, what if we go 10-2? We beat Ohio State. Still a really good year. Lose to Ohio State, but that's our only other loss, 9-3. It's a decent year. Wouldn't get me fired. What happened here? Hey, we got some guys ready to visit, some linemen. They probably watched that game and are like, oh my God, let us come block. So we got a couple guys ready to visit. No one has committed yet. I don't blame them. Let's see what my job security looks like right now. Where am I going here? Coach Central. Whoa. Boy, it's quite volatile here. So we are at Lowe. It was 33 after we lost. Whoops. Oh, so here's one of the things you'll see. So like you will see kind of some goofy stuff. Like there's a big gap here. Obviously they haven't updated, which is weird because they've updated it elsewhere. I'm not sure why they don't update. And the only thing I can figure is that no matter what you do, when you start a dynasty, even if you're going to change it, it starts in 2013. There's just nothing you can do about that. So when you kind of convert everything over, it just, I mean, I'm sure I could probably go into the database and update all 120 something teams, but yeah, I don't care that much. The records are updated, so that's what matters. But anyway, so Lowe, let's see what number we're talking about here though. Oh, not bad, 79. I mean, Lowe's better than Hot Seat. Apparently losing to Stanford was a bigger deal. But, oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta get my head out of my you-know-what here. 1-2, oof, I mean, I haven't even entered the Big Ten schedule yet. I mean, it's unquestionably should be 3-0 right now. We're 1-2, like, it's not good. Not good. So, but same thing, let's save up our file here. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching the stream. I super appreciate it. It's super fun when it's active like this. Had some good chatter there in the beginning and got to see some gameplay. So again, if you're liking what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. I'm on Twitter at MikeLowe47. And check out College Revamped for sure, because I mean, that's the place you want to be going to get your kind of dynasty looking like this, at least in graphical form. You probably don't want your dynasty to play out like mine has so far. Minnesota did lose, by the way, so we will be playing 1-1 Minnesota. So, hey, we're not the only bad team in the Big Ten right now. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I super appreciate it, and I will see you next time.